Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. Sigmund Freud. Welcome, and I'm so glad that you're here. Here we talk about personal development, relationships, and mental health, just to name a few. My name is Carmen, a registered counsellor who is passionate about coming alongside people. This podcast is designed to create a discussion and bring awareness around what matters most in life, and that includes you. The goal is that each episode will leave you feeling encouraged, equipped, and empowered so you can live your best life. Let's get started. Hello, and how are you? I hope you've been keeping well and that the week so far has been treating you good. So I've been thinking about what does it mean to develop yourself and why do we do it? For me, personal development is a lifelong commitment and a necessary one if we want to function well in our own lives and our relationships. So what's been your personal development story? If you're willing to share, head over to carmendebono.com.au/contact and I would love to hear your story. So what comes to mind when you think of emotions? Emotions at times can get a bad rap. For example, have you ever been told that you are too emotional when you have tried to express how you are feeling? Or when, perhaps feeling sad, you've been told, "Oh, you'll be right," and walking away from the conversation not really feeling heard. And the list can go on. So for the sake of understanding extremes, would it be fair to say on one hand we have the downplaying of emotions, and then on the other hand, allowing emotions to be in the driver's seat when making decisions, and not taking the time to process the pros and the cons? In the long run, neither of these can truly serve us. And until we understand emotions for what they are, we can never truly appreciate their purpose and function. As we unpack emotions in today's episode, I encourage you to have a look at what meaning you, your family of origin, or society has placed on emotions and whether they are serving you or not. So this could sound like, men don't cry, I must be strong at all times, and showing emotions is a sign of weakness. And I'm sure there are many more. Emotions are both physiological and psychological. The limbic structures of our brain are in charge of our emotions, memories, habits, and attachments. Good Therapy quotes, "The limbic system acts as a control center for conscious and unconscious functions, regulating much of what the body does. In some ways, it connects the mind to the body, bridging the gap between physiological and psychological experiences. For example, by activating the fight or flight response, the limbic system triggers a physical response to emotional experiences such as fear." Here are some emotion facts. Fact number 1. There are no right or wrong, good or bad emotions. Emotions provide us with cues about specific situations we find ourselves in and can get us ready to respond. Fact number 2. Ignoring emotions doesn't make them go away. Instead, they can have a damaging impact on our overall function and happiness. To feel preferred emotions such as happiness, you must feel all emotions. Fact number 3. Emotions are not a sign of weakness. Instead, they are a part of the human experience. When we acknowledge and express our emotions, we can take effective action, process them, and move forward rather than staying stuck. And fact number 4, emotions reflect our thoughts, and sometimes our thoughts can be irrational. It can be helpful to assess what emotions we are feeling and if our surroundings or facts match the intensity of the feeling. For example, if we are feeling anxious, it doesn't always mean that we are in danger. So some signs that you are not processing your emotions And ways around this are: punishing yourself when you feel a certain way can be counterproductive. So by keeping check of your self-talk can be a good starting point, and also showing yourself kindness along the way. So an example could be, how would you treat someone you love who is having a similar experience as you? When you catch yourself pushing your emotions down, stop and examine what has triggered this feeling that you wish to avoid. You can expand your emotional vocabulary and name the feeling. By doing this, there is a sense of acknowledgement. If you are continually distracting yourself from your emotional experience with activities such as work, and the list goes on, practicing mindfulness can bring awareness to your emotional state. Once you have identified what you are feeling, express that feeling by writing it down or sharing it with someone you trust. If you are numbing your emotions with, for example, alcohol or drugs, it is highly recommended that you find other outlets and activities that you can do if you are not ready to face your emotions yet. If you are feeling stuck, why not give counselling a go? Counselling is a great place to understand yourself better, learn new skills, and apply them to your specific situation and experience. So on a finishing note, what is at least one thing that you can apply this week to enhance your emotional well-being? And what have you believed up to this point about emotions that is no longer serving you? Once again, it's an absolute honour to spend this time with you. And if there's any topics that you would like me to cover, head over to carmendebono.com.au and let's get in contact. So that's it for today's episode. As always, I'm grateful for the opportunity to come alongside you. If you know someone who might benefit from hearing this episode, why not share it with them? For more content, head over to carmendebono.com.au, and I look forward to coming alongside you again next Wednesday.